Okay, so I just wanted to go over your out of class assignment. You were supposed to look at how these countries, um, you were supposed to look at, I'm sorry, not these countries, you're supposed to look at these pictures, these cities, and these Peruvian cities, and then describe in detail how they se parecen, how they look alike, or how they're the same to each other, and how they differ from one another. And you were supposed to use the vocab in the back. So you could use things like rascacielos and edificios. So here are some possible answers you could have had. En los tres lugares, Arequipa, Cusco y Lima. En los tres lugares, Arequipa, Cusco y Lima, hay edificios, pero en Lima hay rascacielos. So they all have buildings, but I put in Lima, they actually have skyscrapers. En los tres se puede ver montañas en las afueras, so in the out or and I should have used the outskirts. I said in the outsides of town, but you could use the outskirts of the city. You can see mountains, so they all have mountains. Arequipa y Cusco tienen un casco antiguo, so I think that Arequipa and Cusco, they have a historic district because these look very historical, the buildings they have, whereas Lima still looks modern. Pero Lima me parece ser una ciudad moderna. En Lima me parece que hay humo o contaminación, so you can talk about how there's contamination or pollution. Y no hay en Cusco ni en Arequipa. Me parece también que los dos, Cusco y Arequipa, se disfrutan de días soleados. So you could talk about how these 2 days are, did I put Lima? No, Cusco and Arequipa, they're both sunny days. Down here, you were supposed to tell me a qué ciudades creen que corresponden estas informaciones, algunas que pueden referirse a varias ciudades. So if you just read through the statements here, mine look a little small on here. I can pull this up. Hold on. Okay, I thought I had this in a bigger place, but I don't think that I do. But if you looked in your book, here I can kind of make it bigger. There are the questions. So es una de las 28 ciudades más pobladas del mundo. That I put the start would be Lima. Es la segunda ciudad más importante del Perú. That was Arequipa. Está situada en la sierra al sur de Perú. That would be Arequipa also. Es la capital de Perú y la ciudad más grande del país. That would be Lima. Está ubicada a las orillas del río Amazonas. Es la ciudad más importante de la Amazonia peruana. That would be Iquitos. Está a orillas del Océano Pacífico. So some of this you could find by looking at the map. Y tiene playas por toda su costa. That would be Lima. And you can see that Lima's right here on the coast. Es una ciudad moderna y cosmopolita con mucho entretenimiento y vida cultural. That would be Lima. Su clima es tropical, cálido, húmedo y lluvioso, con una temperatura promedio anual de unos 28 grados Celsius. La temperatura de lluvias es de diciembre a marzo, meaning they have like a rainy season where it rains every day. Y la seca, the dry season, de mayo a septiembre. A lot of Spanish-speaking countries in South America and Central America are divided up between the rainy and the dry season. But anyway, so that is Iquitos. El idioma quechua, su nombre significa ombligo o centro del mundo. That would be Cusco. Tiene un puerto marítimo muy importante, el Callao. That would be, where am I? Lima, no, Iquitos, sorry, Iquitos. Su clima es templado, meaning it's cool, seco y soleado, so it's dry and sunny. Todo el año con temperatura diurna de entre 15 grados Celsius y 18 grados Celsius y una temperatura nocturna hasta 0 grados Celsius. That would be Arequipa. Solo se puede llegar a esta ciudad por vía aérea o fluvial. That would be Iquitos. Está rodeada de 3 volcanes, Misti, Chachani, Pichu Pichu, that would be Arequipa. Hay muchas iglesias y monumentos de estilo colonial, that's both Lima y Arequipa. And then su clima es templado, nublado, extremadamente húmedo, and then it tells you what the weather is in el invierno and el verano, and that would be Lima. These are in which countries you can find these cities. You can find Guadalajara in Mexico, Sucre in Bolivia, Guayaquil in Ecuador, Maracaibo in Venezuela, Mendoza in Argentina, Valparaíso in Chile, Medellín in Colombia, and Sevilla in España. And then here you're just supposed to, this is just an opinion. We were going to use this in class, and we might still use it to kind of compare the cities where you guys are from versus High Point. But this is what I gave my grade for High Point. Make this a little bit bigger. I just said, para mí, High Point se debe recibir un 4. No hay nada de vida nocturna. So I was talking about this with my husband, and we just feel like there's not a lot of nightlife, ni muchas instalaciones deportivas, ni culturales. So there's not a lot of sporting events or cultural activities. So no hay muchos museos interesantes. So I think there's a few, but there's not a lot. También la transportación pública no es muy buena. We don't have really good public transportation or transporte público. Tampoco cree que la gente es muy unida. Sin embargo, no hay mucha delincuencia ni un problema muy grave con las drogas y el clima es muy bueno aquí. So, good things about it is that there's not a lot of crime and there's not a serious problem with drugs, and the climate is pretty good here. No llueve tanto, ni hay mucho nieve y no hace demasiado frío. So it doesn't rain too much, and there's not a lot of snow, and it's not too cold. También el tráfico es bueno, no hay muchos embotellamientos. I think we talked about that in class today, how there's not a lot of traffic jams.